Hello and welcome to Fantasy Take TV's round 14 trades video, the last buy round. We'll also go over the Sunday teams. Eno, what are those? What you
Hi,
got?
mates. So there's probably only a couple of things here. Roses, if anyone was fielding him or wanting a score from him, he's out with illness. And then Mitch Hinge, maybe, if anyone was still holding on to him. So don't think there's massively too much here. Maybe Elijah Hollands people were hoping for. He's not named, so that's pretty much it. With Hinge out, Jaws, what do you reckon with Dawson's role? Is he going to play more defense?
Yeah, I don't know why. He's clearly better up the ground. That's where he plays best footy at Sydney, and I think here. He's had about a 5-game stretch of 115 playing up the ground. Last week they moved him down back. With Hinge out, I think they want him back again. I don't understand why. Also means Haitley, for the two people that own him in our Discord, might play a bit more wing because Matt Crouch is playing with Keys and Laird, who are predominant CBA mids. So, I think we might see a bit of a slight downturn in Dawson's scoring. So if you're bringing somebody in, I think I'd prefer Doherty's gone there, but like Sinclair and Stewart over Dawson now if you're looking for somebody. But probably goes back up the ground at some point.
Yep. All right, let's get into JD's team since he's got a scoot. So what did you do this week, JD?
Sure. Just zoom in a couple of ticks there. So trades this week are Hayes out, Durden out, and DeGoey out, and bringing in D'Ambrosio, Laird, and Teakle. So this gives me 214k or 215k basically for McCartan up to Bontempelli next week, which should be pretty achievable. It gives me about 600k before any price changes, and McCartan's got a very achievable break even, so that looks like it'll likely happen. And then in terms of playing, I've got 20 playing. Should have had 22, but Clark and Owens being out in the midfield means I can't field those there. So I think that's pretty much me. Vice captain. I think I'm going McRae into Laird, but the toss up for me is really English or McRae, and then Miller or Laird. They're probably the four that I'm looking at this week for vice captaincy. And then I guess the only other thing is people are looking at how many rookies that you've got on field. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rookies out of and 16 primos. I actually had Clark as well. But with just the 45, I think I'll take the gamble on Teakle outscoring that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, you only get 2 rookie scores. Hopefully a couple are pretty decent. Hopefully, how do you reckon Massimo tonight will go?
Already got one down. Well, they named it half forward, which is a little bit scary because if he's playing off half back, I think he'll go okay. If he's playing more up the ground, then not a great role in a team like Essendon. So a little bit scary, but hopefully he goes all right. I mean, the most important thing I think was getting the money for McCartan up next week, and then D'Ambrosio will hopefully never see my field again. So I'm fine with the risk there.
Beautiful.
I think Thompson's playing VFL this week, so I think he's best 22. Extra cover if we need it.
Yeah. So that's why I moved the E onto him just in case for whatever reason he gets a super late ball up. But yeah, I think he might be back next week, which is handy cover as well.
Sweet.
So finish the team with 5 trades.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I'll have 5 trades left.
Very nice.
But I've got lots of things I could fix, right? Like Short, Merritt,
see how
Butters. Yeah, like this. So I think that'll be the question of
Petrarca, but that's hard to fix.
Yeah. I think the problem is a lot of my fixes are going to require 1 up, 1 down. So I'm not sure if I do that or if I just hold on to trades. We'll see.
You could do something in a few weeks, get better cover if Greg Clark keeps being out, and then upgrade Short to a Stewart, because I think his last 5 is at GMHBA. That is frightening as someone who doesn't own him. So
yeah, they're disgusting down there.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. All right, Chatty, if you got a scoop, we'll go. You ready, George? We'll do yours. And have a look.
Get mine up. So my trades already locked in. Brought in Doherty for Paddy McCartan. Bringing in Angwin in for Greg Clark, and Bont in for Max Gawn. So that leaves me 3 trades for the year. So no luxury for me. Warm body stays for me. So look, I was a little bit critical of Doherty just because of his history of durability, but he looks fantastic. He not only is he really good offensively, but defensively he's been really sound this year. So he looks great. Game style sort of suits Carlton as well. So probably would have gone for Sinclair if I had the money, but look, can't really complain with Doherty. He was great last night. Angwin in for Greg Clark. Like, don't really care too much. Just a body on the field this week. Probably feel like I should just go to a Carmichael. I think we'll play later in the year, get a bit extra money. But look, not expecting much from Angwin, but he gives that TPP, which remote chance of being useful, but could be. But yeah, probably expecting like a 50 average from him, and then Bont in for Max Gorn, just because I could go to a Ruckman. The only one I didn't mind was Nank. I don't trust Priest's body to hold up, and with me on low trades, I can't really afford to do something like that. So, and Nank's durability is not a crash shot either. So I've gone for Marcus, and a bit like Doc, I wasn't 100% sure on Bont because of his shoulder, but he's had a week off, I guess, and he's scored well, and he's carried that for a number of weeks and still scored okay with it. So hopefully he gets through the season. He's durable, but yeah, he's played through injury for many, many years. I think he had a hip issue. He played through about 3 or 4 years ago, played the whole year with a hip issue. So it's not new to him to play with niggles. So that's how the team looks.
All right. So just if this is your team finished, I think we've got 3 differences. So you've got Sicily over my Sinclair. You've got Walsh over my Merritt. And then I've got Darcy over your Brody.
I'll fix that. Yeah, so I've probably paid up a little bit more.
Yeah. I'd say you're ahead. You win 2 of those 3. Like Sicily, you'd have ahead of Sinclair. Walsh, you'd have ahead of Merritt, and then Darcy, you'd have ahead of Brody from here, I would imagine. So you should be ahead. But I've got the extra trades. So and you've also got many more points and much better rank. So
yeah, anyway. Not much. I think Sync can match Sis.
It's
possible.
Close.
But like Darcy could be equally bad, and Brody could outscore him.
And I think like, that's the Darcy Walsh thing maybe cancels out. But yeah, who knows?
I think a lot of people have similar teams. Like, I wouldn't be too upset if I had a Zach Merritt. I thought, like, I paid up for a lot of players, and that's put me in this position. But also had to deal with Gorn this week, which is a bit annoying. But actually, will help me get points on field, I guess. So silver lining, a bit like you guys with Baz last week.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Bond. Bond could be very good the next, like, short term. No Baz.
Yeah,
Bruce looks to be back next week, doesn't he? So
yeah, they need him to lift as well. So definitely the Bruce in and no Baz, that can only mean good things for Bontempelli, you would think. So I think even before the bye, when the game that Baz was out a few weeks ago with illness, Bond played a bit more forward. But I think they want him in the mids, and they're going to need him in the mids, I think, because they're down a midfielder. So see how we go. So happy with the team. I got Hobbs as cover, which is kind of nice. He's pretty young, but so hopefully he doesn't flame out or anything. But love the kid. He's a really good player. It'll be a gun for you guys, the Bombers. So yeah, I think defense cover is okay. No ruck cover, which is bad unless Teagle keeps playing, and then Hobbs mid forward. So that's the team done.
Beautiful. All right. JD had to scoot. He's got to go cook dinner. So
no, it's talking to nobody. Talking to all good.
We'll get to my team. I mean, pretty similar trades. I think a lot of us, well, me and JD, I think, getting in the same 3 players. The only thing I've got here, George, you can maybe speak to me on, or I'll show you, is I got Greg Clark going out at the moment instead of Nick Dacos. So I can do these trades that I want either way. It'll still, with Greg going out, it's 10K. With Dacos going out, it's like 170K. So, I mean, Durden had to go. We saw he's dropping cash like no tomorrow. So this week I've got the 20, and we'll have to take. I mean, Rioli doesn't really count, so I'm going to likely take 2 of D'Ambrosio, Stevens, and Judson Clark scores. So hopefully Stevens and D'Ambrosio go all right, because I have to take one of them and Teagle. So yeah, it's not the greatest position, but I think it should be okay. So yeah, with the keeping Dacos over, I mean, I think I have to trade him next week anyway to get an upgrade done. So it is annoying that I don't get that extra 20K out of Greg this week, or whatever he's hopefully going to get. So kind of does hurt a little bit. So next week could be like Dacos and like Paul Curtis to hopefully Bond or something like that. But it's not going to be enough, I don't think.
Really tight for money? Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of annoying.
How many trades do you have left?
7 after this week. So let's
And then
say I
you
do
need,
Dacos instead.
but you only need Bont, and that's it. Team done.
A forward, yeah. Like it might have to be Parker, I think, instead of Bont, which is
I
kind
wouldn't
of
be upset
annoying.
with that.
Yeah.
I guess you can see how Bont looks tonight. Not tonight, this weekend.
So with this, I mean, yeah, next week I'm still doing Greg and like Paul Curtis out or something. So it's we'll have to see where the money takes me. Like I just really want Laird. Like I could,
Yeah.
go Bont this week and then do another mid instead. But I just think I really need Laird. He's going to score so many points the last 10 weeks.
He's M3 at the moment, so it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, would you be willing to use an extra trade to? I
think
would
I
use an
want to.
extra trade and I don't know, maybe Rioli, or you could keep Rioli and Judson because probably one of them will play.
Yeah, maybe
So
Coop
maybe
makes a bit more this week.
Yeah, and then you have not only so you're on 4 trades, but you also have money in the bank, which will help you.
Yeah,
if when something goes wrong.
This is when I wish I kept the boost. Didn't get whatever I did in round 3 or whatever, because I have to wait another week to do this because I'll need to do 2 down next week and then get the primo a week after. So maybe that's a lesson. We might need a boost post buy next year for the very last upgrade, but who knows?
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, so it's gonna take 2 weeks.
It's gonna take 2 weeks.
Oh,
It's situational. Like I think it's just I've been unlucky or it hasn't gone my way, but maybe that's something to think about next year. I don't know.
Well, I didn't have to do. I dealt with Steel in round 2.
You can't
but
exactly. Yeah,
I think that's the Steel trade that puts you behind.
Yeah, you can't pick that, but yeah, something to think about next year maybe. So as far as
not really, you would have been fine if you didn't have those issues.
Yeah, I know, but you sort of can't pick it, and maybe you never know, you might get them next year.
I think it's worth doing a podcast on strategy because I think we learned a lot about the boosts and stuff this year.
Yep. So I'll have DC as in my forward line still with Butters and Cogs. So I mean, maybe I can use a trade to flip him at some point because Grundy will be back eventually.
Yeah.
So that's probably a booked trade in. So I'll have 4 after I get the last forward because it's going to take 3 to do it as well. So flipping DC will leave me with 3. So just got to hope no injuries. Can't really fix Track or Cripps really. So
no, I wouldn't feel too bad with Cripps or Track. I think both pretty highly owned. Probably Cripps more.
Yeah.
I mean, Cripps was fine stats wise. Just the 10 clangers, like 34 touches, plenty contested. Him and Walsh. Oh my goodness, so many clangers last night.
Yeah, just missing handballs and stuff. It was not great. Yeah, especially with our midfield. They just beat them up somehow. So, yeah, they'll be fine. That's like their first really bad performance as a midfield for the whole year, really. So you'd expect them to bounce back.
Yep. But I think your team's fine. It's nothing wrong with it. You've got pretty much everyone. I guess Parker and Bont, maybe you get them eventually, but now that Gorn's gone down, that helps you with Darcy as well. I think it's one less.
True.
Gordon was probably at least top 3, and now I think Darcy Witt's a clear top 2. English in the forward line. So I think you're in good position.
Yeah, I think last thing is just captains. I've got it on English right now, but for VC and then into Laird, but not sure. I was tempted by Stewart against West Coast, but it's Optus and West Coast kind of sucks, so it's not as good as if he was down in Geelong. So might leave that and just stick with English or McRae. I'll make my mind up Saturday night. What do you got?
Yep. I have McRae into Took. I don't know out of Took and
Took and Laird.
Took and Leg, not sure. I think I like Took a bit better.
Yep.
The tough Gold Coast are pretty tough contested ball winning mids, so it might take some points away for Laird, but I don't know. I
also thought about Sinclair tonight against the Bombers. Like that'll be pretty easy for him.
Yeah, I think so. You could.
So you could do that. When you don't have Oliver and Neil, and Gorn and Dart, like it's a bit of a left field week. So you could probably do that with the VC, but that's it, mate.
I think we'll wrap it up. So I think probably next week, maybe the week after. I mean, I can't trade. I have nothing to do. I think you and JD will do something next week, and then see how you go if you need the extra one. So probably last week will be next week that we do this. I think.
Yeah, good point.
Maybe we can do something else. Who knows? But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. this week, and to everyone as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.